Okay.
All right. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Lee Williams High School. Our apologies for a little bit of a late start here. We had some technical issues with our live stream, but we are up, we are running, and we are bringing you the regular season finale of Prescott Flag Football, coming to you here from Lee Williams High School in Kingman. And it's the Badgers who have the ball to get things going here.
John, the Badgers are having to punt on 4th down here.
And there is the punt. And that one bounces by a couple of Lee Williams players, and it's picked up by number 1, Ellie Divis. Divis rushing over to the far side. She actually bumps into one of her own players, but does get her flag pulled. So it looks like Lee Williams going to start a little bit after the 20-yard line.
Where it's going to be first and 20 right at the 20-yard line. As you know, just a reminder, teams have to get past the 20-yard line and the 40-yard line in their own territory, and then once they get into the opponent's territory, when they cross the 40 and then cross the 20, those are lines of gain to pick up other first downs. So right now, Lee Williams has the ball first and 20 at their own 20-yard line.
Lee Williams coming into this contest with a 6-4 overall record. They are number 15 in power points. As there is the handoff, and that is Divis again, and she breaks through the line and gets her flag pulled by one of the Badgers there. Couldn't tell exactly who it was. But
looks like she picked up about 7 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down and about 13 yards to go. The ball's sitting at about the Lee Williams 27-yard line.
Prescott, by the way, 13-2 overall. They are the number 1 team in the 4A conference. And that's a keeper by the QB, number 21, Katrina Murphy. Murphy going over to the far side, and she gets downed there by Daria Young.
Actually, she tried to run a right-end sweep. Actually lost yardage. So instead of, it's going to bring up 3rd down and 15.
Katrina Murphy standing by herself in the gun. Receivers either side. Murphy rolling to the far side, pursued by Zembeck. There's the throw, and it's caught by number 7 for Lee Williams. That is Dakayla Wagner. And a great catch by Wagner on the far side, right around the 45-yard line.
Pickup of about 20 yards. The ball's going to be right at the Lee Williams 45-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 15.
And the drive continues for the Volunteers. Number 41, Samantha Warner at center for Lee Williams. Murphy gives the ball to Divis. Divis coming over the near side. She avoids one tackle, avoids another one, and finally gets downed by number 6 for Prescott. That is Brinkley Larson with what might have been a touchdown-saving tackle there, Kelly.
No doubt about it, John. If she doesn't pull the flag at around the 35-yard line, that's a touchdown for Lee Williams.
Good run there by Divis. And so far, a good drive here by the Volunteers. As it looks like we're going to have number 10, Chloe Hollingsworth, standing next to the QB Murphy. Actually, Hollingsworth, no, she's going to move up right around the line.
Lee Williams has it right on the 35-yard line.
High snap, there's a throw right down the middle to number 7. That's Wagner, and Wagner, short gain there by the Lee Williams receiver.
Going to pick up about 4 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down and about 11. The ball sitting on the Badger 31-yard line.
Under 5 minutes to play here in the opening stanza. John Rust, Kelly Court is with you here for, well, a special version of Monday Night Football, Monday Night Flag Football. Murphy with the give to number 10, Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth over to the far side. And it looks like she gets downed there by number 20, Kaylin Pinarelli.
It's actually number 80.
Oh, that would be Olivia Raber.
That was Olivia Raber made that stop. And it's going to bring up third down, pickup of only about 1. So it's going to bring up third down and 10. The ball sitting at the Badger 30-yard line.
And yes, for those familiar with Prescott football, Olivia Raber, normally number 4. She is number 80 tonight because that's the jersey she grabbed before she got on the bus today. Here's a give it to Divis, and a great dive and a great yank of the flags there. And that is number 21 with that tackle. That is Addie Brandon. Brandon with a great dive there to snag that flag, man.
Great stop by Addie as the Lee Williams runner had tried to run a sweep around left end. Right now, the Volunteers are facing 4th and 10. That play went for no yardage, so it's going to be 4th and 10. Ball sitting at the 30. They need to get to the 20 where the line of gain is.
So Coach Corey Kabanovich talking things over with his squad. Actually, Kabanovich, last year he was named the Lee Williams Coach of the Year. And not only does he coach the flag football team here, he's also the softball coach at Lee Williams. 0-0 the score here. Our game just underway. And as is usually the case for flag football, quick clock here. We're down to 3:38 to go here in the first quarter from Kingman on an absolutely gorgeous night here. Not too hot, not too cool. I can sit out here wearing my Gamera t-shirt.
Just a little minor breeze is all. You couldn't draw it up any better than this, weather-wise.
So here we go. 4th down for Lee Williams. Murphy. And there's a flip to Davis. Oh, and Davis gets her flag. Oh, no, I thought she got her flag pulled. Now she does. Looked like she avoided one tackle, and then another Badger came in and finished the job, and that looks like it was number 7, Noelia Buelna, who finished off Davis there, but
I think that only picked up about 2 yards. The ball is sitting on about the 28-yard line of the Badgers. No, they went ahead and put it down right on the 30. So the Badgers take over as a result of Lee Williams giving up the football on downs. Badgers have it.
And there's the handoff to Aguilar, and Aguilar avoids one flagpole but doesn't avoid the second one, and it looks like that is number 19 for Lee Williams, Jane Esplin, who makes the stop there on Aguilar.
Pickup of 7. Ball sitting right at the 37-yard line of the Badgers. They have it 2nd down and 3.
Aguilar with 691 rushing yards and 12 rushing touchdowns. Riley Hart with the chuck and with the catch. It's Prescott, and that is number 8 for the Badgers. Aubrey Kitahada with the catch.
And it's a first down as that play picked up about 13, 14 yards. So the Badgers have it first down in Lee Williams territory. The ball at the Lee Williams, looks like they're going to put it down at about the 46-yard line. And that's exactly what they just did. Going to be first down and 11.
Hart pitches that one out to Aguilar, but before she can catch it, it bounces on the ground.
Going to be a pitch to Aguilar, and of course in flag football, once that ball hits the ground, the play is immediately dead. So that loses some yard. He loses about 5 yards.
They'll be at the 44-yard line now in Badger territory. And now we're going to get a timeout called by Prescott with 1:09 left to go in the first quarter. 0-0 the score from Lee Williams here in the regular season finale for Prescott flag football. And, of course, starting next week, it will be the 4A Conference State Playoffs. Badgers last year, they were the runners-up. In fact, how about this, Kelly? In last year's state playoffs, first round, Prescott actually faced Lee Williams.
And obviously Prescott won. You know, I was looking at Lee Williams' schedule. They're only 1-4 in the region, according to Max Preps here. But they have lost a lot of close games. Mm-hmm. They lost to Flagstaff 10-9. They lost to Bradshaw Mountain 10-7. They lost to Coconino 10-3. They beat Mojave 26-0. And they lost to Mingus 17-0. Of the losses they've had in the region, that is by the widest margin. So they have lost a lot of close games.
There's the pitch. Aguilar gets it. And actually, as soon as she gets it, she stumbles to the ground, and that's going to set the Badgers back even further. So, well, the Badgers doing something you don't want to do in football, and that's go in reverse.
They're actually 3rd and 21. The ball is sitting at the Badgers' 39-yard line, and they got 21 yards to go in order to get a first down and keep this drive alive.
Lee Williams, this is actually one of the few football fields around northern Arizona that still has natural grass. Hart moves, throws to the far side. There's the catch by Kitahata, and she gets her flag pulled at the 44-yard line.
Looks like they're going to mark it down right at the 45, John. It's going to bring up 4th and 15. More than likely, the Badgers are going to punt this ball, which they've just indicated that's what they're going to do.
Several volunteers heading back, ready to return the punt, including number 7, DeKayla Wagner. Rihanna Aguilar will punt this ball away.
And that's the end of the first quarter.
Already the end of the first quarter. All right, folks. So, first quarter in the books. We'll take a 30-second break here on our broadcast, and we'll be back with more Prescott Flag football from Kingman right after this.
Hi, this is Clark Tenney, Superintendent of Prescott Unified School District. PUSD students receive the educational foundation they need to do great things. Will your child be the next one of our 26,000 alumni who becomes an Arizona Supreme Court Justice, Attorney General, or President of the Arizona Senate? Will they become a business owner, doctor, nurse, attorney, engineer, or teacher? Whatever their dreams, our Prescott schools will help them get started. PUSD builds great leaders. Check us out at PrescottSchools.com. PUSD, where every child, every day matters.
And we're back here in Kingman at Lee Williams High School. John Rust, Kelly Cordes with you for Monday Night Flag Football. Start of the second quarter, and Aguilar will punt this one away. High punt, and that will bounce in front of number 20, Bailey Crook.
And Cook will down it at about the 25-yard line, I think. Is where they're going to put the ball down.
Yeah. Well, actually, this is our second trip to Lee Williams this year. Of course, we were here for tackle football several weeks ago.
They're going to put the ball down at about the Lee Williams 22-yard line, where it's going to be first down and 18.
Katrina Murphy back in at quarterback for Lee Williams. She's got a back behind her. Takes the give. There's the throw. There's the catch and the drop. Number 18, Peyton Gibson, had that ball in her hands, but just couldn't secure it. Ball falls. And unlike in tackle football, the clock will continue even on an incomplete pass.
That's going to bring up second down again and about 18 yards to go.
0-0 is our score here between Prescott and Lee Williams. Again, the regular season finale for Prescott. Murphy, throw right down the middle. There's the catch. And flag pulled on number 41 for Lee Williams, Samantha Warner. So third down now for Lee Williams.
I believe number 6 for the Badgers, Brinkley Larson, made that stop. It's going to be third down and only about 5 yards to go. That last play picked up about 10 yards.
Murphy all by herself in the gun. Murphy with the throw. Interception! It's intercepted, and it looks like it's the Blue Bandit, Maggie Manili, and she's going to take it all the way to the house for a pick six. The Blue Bandit comes through again for Prescott.
We're going to call that a 35-yard pick six, John. She intercepted that ball at about the 35-yard line and took it to the house, and the Badgers are up 6-0, extra point pending.
And talk about a timely interception there by Maggie Manili, and that is INT number 15 for Manili.
We were talking on the trip up, John, about how players need to have a nose for the ball. I think Maggie Manili's one of those.
Oh, heck yeah. Nose for the ball, it's more like a heat-seeking missile. Mallory Walsh will kick the extra point for Prescott, who are now up 6-0. The kick by Walsh. And the ever-reliable Mallory Walsh comes through with the extra point. And it's 7-0. The Badgers on top of Lee Williams with 9:54 to go in the first quarter. Hey, folks, tonight's broadcast of Prescott Flag Football brought to you in part by Blind Brothers Arizona and Badger alum Steve Blair, offering premier window treatments in northern Arizona since 1979. Also, tonight's Badger Flag Football game brought to you in part by Exceptional Community Hospital, Prescott's newest state-of-the-art hospital, and 24/7 emergency service on Highway 69. Your community, your hospital. So a pick six by Maggie Manili makes this a 7-zip ball game. Badgers on top.
9:54 left to go in the second quarter. And the clock is running.
Lee Williams back on offense. Katrina Murphy gets the snap and pitches that one. Well, that was intended for, looks like that was intended for number 20, Bailey. I am not a crook. But it falls short. I'm sorry I had to do that, folks, okay? I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. Actually, that was Chris Berman's nickname for John Crook. John, I am not a crook.
By the way, the Volunteers have the ball at their own 15-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 5.
Murphy getting the offense organized here. 3 receivers out to the far side for the Volunteers. Murphy going to throw to the far side, actually throw down the middle, and it's caught. And that was number 20. That was, again, Bailey Crook. And Crook takes a few steps.
Number 22 for the Badgers, Daria Young made the stop, and it is a first down as the ball's right on the 20-yard line, so it's going to be it's not quite on the 20. It's going to bring up about 3rd and 1.
Murphy all by her lonesome there in the quarterback position. There's a throw down the middle, and it's caught by Divis. And that should definitely be a first down. As, let's see, I think that was number 15, Haley Terelek Foster, who got the stop there on number 1, Ellie Divis.
And you're right, John. That is a first down. It's going to be the ball sitting at the Lee Williams 21-yard line. It's going to be first down and about 19.
And, Murphy, well, bad exchange there. She drops the ball as she tried to hand it off to her back. And that's going to set Lee Williams back quite a bit. And
I was mistaken on the previous play. It was about 1st and 14. Now it's going to be 2nd down and about 19.
Yeah, fortunately, it's a little hard to read the yard markers and the yard lines here at Lee Williams. Murphy tried to get the throw. She doesn't get it off, and it looks like that's Lucy Zembeck who gets the sack there on Murphy.
That is, you're right. Lucy Zembeck rushed the quarterback and pulled her flag. The ball's all the way back at about the 15-yard line. It's going to bring up third and about 25.
Lucy Zembeck, 8 sacks now on the season for the sophomore. And, well, right now it's Lee Williams falling in reverse. Murphy gets the snap. She's on her horse. There's the throw. There's the catch. And there's the bobble, and that was number 18, Peyton Gibson, the receiver, but she couldn't get a handle on it, and that'll bring up 4th down.
With the Volunteers deep in their own territory, surely they're going to punt the ball, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Remember now, in flag football, a team has got to let the officials know whether they're going to punt the ball or not on 4th down.
6 minutes to go here in the first half. Badgers up 7-0. Good punt there, and that is caught by Larson. And now Larson, handed it off to, looks like that was number 7, Noelia Buelna, and she actually dropped the ball on the handoff.
That ball dropped right on the 47-yard line, which is where the Badgers are going to start. It's going to be 1st and 13 for the Badgers at their own 47-yard line. Yeah. By the way, that punt, when she kicked it, it spiraled. I wonder if somebody taught her how to punt a spiral.
Yeah. Got to be a soccer player.
Yeah.
So here we go, the Badgers. Pretty good field position here, right near midfield. Aguilar with the toss, and I believe that is Maggie Maneely on the far side who got that ball, and she took it right near the 40-yard line before she got stopped.
That was actually number 8.
Oh, Kitahata.
Aubrey Kitahata. She did pick up a couple yards, 3 yards, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10, the ball right at midfield at the 50-yard line. John, I have to admit to you that calling these flag football games, it's fun.
Heck yeah, it is. Nice little fast-paced action here. That's Aguilar at the quarterback position, and she throws the ball. It was intended for Addie Brandon. Brandon drops it, but it looked like, Kelly, I think that was number 20, Bailey Crook. Well, trying to be a crook and steal that pass from the Badgers.
Yeah, very good coverage by the Volunteer secondary gal. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 10 due to the incomplete pass on 2nd down.
Under 4 minutes left to play in the first half. Prescott up 7-0. Brandon in motion. Aguilar rolling to the far side. Now she's on she's on her horse. She slides to the 40-yard line. Did she get the first down? Did she?
Yep, they're going to mark it right at the 40. If they mark it right at the 40, it's a 1st down for the Badgers.
And a great job there by the Blue Blazer, Rihanna Aguilar, doing a nice little almost baseball slide in there. Looked like she was sliding into 2nd.
She rolled out to her right, actually looking to throw the ball for an instant, and then decided, hey, there's some running room, and then she ran down the right side of the field towards the Volunteer bench.
So the drive stays alive for the Badgers with 2:58 to go. And there's a throw. Looked like that was intended, I think, for Kitahata or Maneely. I think that was Maneely.
It was intended for Maneely. And sometimes the quarterback and the receiver are not on the same page, and that was an example of that.
Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell that number 8 and number 9 on the far side.
Yes. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 20. Ball right at the Lee Williams 40-yard line.
Running back standing next to Aguilar. Aguilar flings it. There's the catch by Maneely, and Maneely scoots around a couple of defenders, but does eventually get her flag pulled, and I believe that was number 19, Jane Esplin, who downed Maneely there.
Maggie Maneely just running a slant-in pattern, ended up catching the ball right down the middle of the field, picked up 10 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. Ball sitting right at the Lee Williams 30-yard line.
$1:50 to go in the first half. Badgers up 7-0, trying to tack on some more points before halftime. Aguilar looks like she's going to run it herself. No, she flips that one over to Raber, and Raber looks like she got her flag yanked out. It looks like right around maybe the 30-yard line. Actually, yeah. I think it's going to be, yeah.
I think that ball's sitting on the 25.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to bring up 4th and 5. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if the Badgers go for this.
And that's exactly what they're going to do, Kelly. Why not? We're down to the final minute, 8 seconds here in the first half. Again, it's Aguilar. She's looking, she's throwing. There's the catch, and Raber gets her flag yanked. And I don't know if she got up to the 20-yard line before that happened.
Ball thrown out into the flat. Ball was caught, but not enough yardage to the line of gain. She only picked up about a yard. Ball sitting on the 24-yard line, and Lee Williams is going to take over on downs with only 50 seconds left to go in the half. Looks like, John, they put the ball down at about the 23. So it's going to bring up 1st down and 17 for Lee Williams.
So Lee Williams with just 50 seconds left to go to try to erase that bagel on the side of their scoreboard, as Murphy almost drops the ball on the snap, and she takes a couple steps forward, and she gets stopped by Prescott trying to get a – I think that was Olivia
80.
Raber.
That was Raber again,
yeah.
Number 80. She grabbed the quarterback's flag, and it ends up being a loss in yardage. Going to be 2nd down, and ball right at the 20-yard line. Going to be 2nd down and 20.
Murphy with the back next to her. 3 receivers out to the far side for the Volunteers. There's a snap. Murphy throw to the far side. It's caught. And it looks like that's Divis, who avoids one tackle and then gets her flag pulled. And I want to say that is Maggie Manili who did that? Or
Maggie Manili pulled it, and that was the last play of the half. The Badgers are up 7-0 after one half of play.
All right, well, we're going to take a 1-minute break here on our broadcast of Prescott Flag Football, the regular season finale for the Badgers. So a 1-minute break, and we'll be back with more from Lee Williams High School in Kingman right after this.
At Yavapai Exceptional Industries, we're constantly improving products, processes, and outcomes. And now, good people of the Central Highlands, we're bringing on drone surveillance. Drone surveillance of your backyard. And if you're not outfitted with patio furniture made at Yavapai Exceptional Industries, well, get with the program, people. YEIWorks.com. Place your order now and book a tour while you're at it. It'll make your day.
This is Steve Sishka with Olson's for Healthy Animals. Trust is a word that is rarely applied to certain areas of our society, nationally and locally. I'm sure you know what I mean. However, trust is what people do have when they vote a business the best of. Olson's has been voted the best of by the readers of not one, but 2 trusted media sources, the Daily Courier and Prescott Living in 2024. Both were for the best pet supply. There's a reason why our motto is good enough just isn't. We don't take you for granted. We're proud to constantly earn your business.
And we are back here at Lee Williams High School. John Rust and Kelly Cordes here, and my partner Kelly Cordes pointed out something here, and regular listeners to our Prescott play-by-play might have noticed something. They might have noticed me not go, I didn't moan and I didn't groan because, Kelly, we did not have a single penalty this entire half.
Now, I want to know, in high school football, how many games that you can see where a whole half is played without a penalty flag being thrown?
Probably very, very few.
I tell you, I actually don't remember a game in high school football where there was not a flag thrown in a half a play.
It almost makes you want to say, are the referees out here? I mean,
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it is a 7-0 lead for the Badgers here at halftime, and that score came from the Blue Bandit, Maggie Manili, getting another interception. I believe her 15th INT of the season, ran it back about 35 yards into the end zone to get the score, and so far that has been the difference here. And Kelly, kind of noticing a pattern with Prescott flag football here over the last few weeks. Kind of going back to one of Mike, legendary Yavapai soccer coach Mike Pantalone, one of his favorite things to say is, Yavapai has always traditionally been a second-half team. And I think we kind of see that a little bit with Prescott, is like maybe a little slow in the first half, but then they really pick it up in the second half, as we saw especially against Flagstaff and then last week against Bradshaw Mountain.
Like you just said, the example was Flagstaff. The Badgers went in at the half down 3-0. 3-0 and ended up winning 17-14.
Mm-hmm.
So, definitely a second-half team. And fortunately for Maggie Manili, reading the quarterback, picking off that pass at the beginning of the second quarter and running it 35 yards down for a touchdown, a pick six. That's why the Badgers are on top 7-0.
And again, as we mentioned, this is the regular season finale for Prescott. And, of course, they will be going in the playoffs as the number 1 seed. Here is that playoff schedule. It starts next Wednesday, and that will be the opening round. Then on Saturday, November 15th, we have the Elite Eight of State, and that's followed by the Final Four on Wednesday, November 19th. Then Saturday, November 22nd, that's the game for all the marbles. That is the state championship game. This year it will be held at Corona del Sol High School in Tempe.
That's the home of the Aztecs.
Actually, there were quite a few players from Corona del Sol who came up here to Yavapai College and Embry. Actually, McKaylee Davidson, a great softball pitcher for Embry-Riddle. She's an alum of Corona del Sol. So that is where this year's state championship game will be.
I have to tell you, my name is on a trophy at Corona del Sol.
Really?
Because I was the freshman basketball coach when they won their first boys state basketball championship the school year of 1979-80.
Mm-hmm.
That was the very first year Corona had a senior class, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Brand new high school.
All right. Well, hey, folks, we are about 5 minutes away from the start of the second half. Again, it is a 7-0 lead for Prescott. So we're going to take another 1-minute break here on our halftime show. We'll be back to yammer on some more and get you ready for the second half of the regular season finale between Prescott and Lee Williams. So a 1-minute break, and we'll be back after this.
Prescott True Value Hardware, where we believe behind every project is a true value. Hi, I'm Suzanne Springer. There's a reason we have this slogan, because it's true. Over the years, Prescott True Value has become so much more than just a great hardware store with full-service hardware, paint, tools, outdoor living, barbecues, and don't forget the kitchen shop. We are committed to making sure you find what you want and know what to do with it. We're living the slogan here at Prescott True Value on Miller Valley Road, where we believe behind every project is a true value. Go Badgers!
Exceptional Community Hospital Prescott is now open. Prescott's newest state-of-the-art hospital provides 24/7 emergency care, featuring private, spacious inpatient rooms and on-site radiology, lab, and pharmacy services. We accept all insurance plans and honor in-network benefits for emergency care. With minimal to no ER wait times, you can trust us to deliver the exceptional care you deserve. Exceptional Community Hospital Prescott is located at 4822 State Highway 69. Learn more at www.ehc24.com.
And we're back here at Lee Williams High School. John Rust and Kelly Court is with you here for the regular season finale for Prescott flag football. Lee Williams, actually, they have a couple more games on the docket before they end their regular season. Lee Williams are going to be at Bullhead City on Wednesday to play River Valley at the Anderson Fieldhouse, which is where we were the other month for Prescott tackle football when they played Mojave. Then the Volunteers will finish out the regular season. They take a long trip down to Avondale on Thursday, and they will close out the regular season against La Jolla Community School. Also, looking at our out-of-town scoreboard for Monday Night Football in the NFL. Right now, the Arizona Cardinals with a 3-0 lead over the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, the question is, can the Cardinals hold that lead? They've had a little bit of a problem holding leads in the last month or so.
Well, that's something I probably wouldn't bet the ranch and the dog on. I wouldn't even bet the dog's food bowl on that.
Yeah, I think that ball game is at Dallas, right?
I believe so.
Jerry's World?
Jerry's World, definitely. Oh, and hey, folks, a couple of Badger news tidbits to bring you here. Gunnar Parra, linebacker for the Prescott football team, announced on X that he has received a Division I offer from Northern Arizona University. Also, former Prescott soccer player and a teammate of several of these girls on the flag football team, Lainey Lucas. She had the assist on the game-winning goal for Laramie County College Saturday in their 2-1 victory over Casper College in the Region 9 championship game.
Hey, you always like to see people go on from Prescott High School and be successful in athletics at the college level.
Definitely. And again, good job by Lainey Lucas there, and certainly the best for Gunnar Parra. As again, that's his first offer. We'll see how many more he gets and where he'll eventually sign. And we were speaking of NAU, we said it on our Prescott Bradshaw football broadcast on Thursday. Kylan Jackson, their top-notch running back, he also has an offer from NAU along with Oregon and Utah.
Well, I'll tell you, I've been noticing how NAU keeps having more and more Arizona high school players on their roster, and that just pleases me to no end.
Yeah.
There have been times in NAU's football history they have failed to understand what's in their own backyard.
Well, I'll tell you what, the NAU track and field team certainly knows what's in their own backyard because they got a pair of former Badgers on their roster with Kenzie Blanchard and Riley Hobson, 2 state champions out of Prescott. So it's going to be fun doing alumni updates on them when the spring gets going.
And there isn't any college, university in America that has a better track and cross-country program than Northern Arizona University.
Mm-hmm. In fact, actually, we got to see the cross-country team do some practicing there in the Sky Dome when we went up there for that game with Coconino.
Yeah. Like we've mentioned before, half of the banners hanging in that dome up there are track and cross-country banners.
So both sides getting in their last-second warm-ups here. Yeah, literally last-second warm-ups. We are almost ready to go with the third quarter of action. John Rust Kelly Court is with you here from Lee Williams High School in Kingman. It is 7-0, Badgers on top. The score, thanks to Maggie Maneely and a pick six that she returned 35 yards for the score.
And, of course, that score happened on defense. But the rest of the half, the Badgers have really done well defensively. Only one time during the first half did Lee Williams advance the ball into Badger territory.
And Lucy Zembeck picking up a sack there in the first half for the Badgers. Zembeck coming into tonight's game, 68 tackles. She now has 8 sacks on the season for the Badgers. Again, she's just a sophomore.
By the way, since the Badgers started off the first half with the ball, Lee Williams will start the second half with the ball on their own 15-yard line, where it will be 1st and 5.
So Lee Williams will be moving right to left across your radio dial or your screen, depending on how you're following this game. So again, Katrina Murphy leading the charge here for the Volunteers. She has it back next to her. Murphy, well, looked like she tried to give it to Divis, and there was a botch there on the exchange. Ball falls to the ground.
And again, like we've said, once the ball falls to the ground, the play is immediately dead and going to lose yardage on that. The ball is back on about the Lee Williams 11-yard line, where it's going to be 2nd down and 9.
Murphy all by her lonesome there. Receivers to both sides. And now Murphy
dropped the ball again.
Oh. Actually, yeah, I thought she was running it there for a while, and I'm going, wait, she doesn't have the ball in her hands, and now I know why. She dropped it.
Another bad exchange. It's going to be a third down and about 15. The ball sitting back at about the 5-yard line.
So again, Lee Williams going in the wrong direction. This time the exchange is good. Divis has the ball, and Divis gets that flag snatched out of her. And I believe that's Olivia Raber getting the tackle there. And Raber doing a pretty good job here on defense. And I don't know, maybe maybe wearing that number 80 jersey is bringing her a little more luck out there on the field.
Probably should wear it some more.
Especially as we're getting into playoffs.
Fourth down and about 15, and of course the Volunteers are punting the ball.
That's Divis with the punt. That's going to bounce at the 40-yard line and picked
goes
up.
Out of bounds.
Yeah, it looks like that was Maggie Maneely who picked that one up.
I think she actually caught the ball just slightly out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
The referee is going to put the ball looks like, at the Lee Williams 39-yard line. It's going to be excellent field position for the Badgers to start this drive. And that is correct. It is going to be 1st and 19 at the Lee Williams 39-yard line.
So I got Mallory Walsh and Addie Brandon heading out to the far side for the Badgers. Rihanna Aguilar again at quarterback. There's a throw there. Oh, the catch and then the drop by Raber. And I'll tell you what, she had number 10, Chloe Hollingsworth, bearing right down on her.
Right on her. Yeah, even if she catches the ball, I don't think she's going to go anywhere after she would have made the catch. So it's going to bring up second down again, 2nd and 19 at the Lee Williams 39.
Aguilar taking the snap. She's got it back behind her. It looks like it's Raber. Aguilar going to run it herself, and she finds a big gap, and now a turn on the near side, and Aguilar takes off. Aguilar avoids one tackle, dives to the end zone. Does she get in there? She just got in there, and a great burst of speed by the blue blazer.
She stepped out of bounds at about the 10-yard line, according to the official.
Yeah, it looked like she just came close to diving into the end zone there, and Aguilar coming up just a bit short. But, man, oh, man, what a great run and what a great job of avoiding all those tackles there.
Going to be a 1st and goal at the 10-yard line for the Badgers.
Not only is Aguilar speedy, but she is very slippery there. She does a good job of reading those holes in the defense. And there is the handoff. That's Raber. Raber trying to go around the near side, and she gets downed there by number 7, DeKayla Wagner.
No gain on the play, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and 2nd and goal for, again, the ball at the 10-yard line. On that really good run by Rihanna Aguilar, John, she had the option of pitching it to the back, Raber the back, and she kept it.
So again, it'll be Aguilar taking the snap. Raber next to her. There's the throw. Oh, and the throw goes over the head of the intended receiver. I think that was Mallory Walsh.
Yeah, 21. That was Addie Brandon.
So this will bring up 3rd down now for the Badgers, as they try to put a little more space between them and the Volunteers. Again, Aguilar taking the snap. Raber next to her. And Aguilar going to run it over the far side. Now she makes a reverse. And Aguilar looking. Aguilar throwing to the end zone. And it's caught by Aubrey Kitahara. And Kitahara with the touchdown catch from the Blue Blazer, Rihanna Aguilar.
And Rihanna Aguilar was going to run around left end looking for somebody to throw the ball. And then she reversed field, and as she was coming back to the right, rolling out back to the right, that's when she spotted
Kitahara.
who got behind the secondary in the end zone, and it was a very good pass thrown by Rihanna Aguilar, and the Badgers go up 13-0 with the extra point pending.
And here's Mallory Walsh to kick that extra point. And for Aubrey Kitahata, 6th touchdown catch of the season for the senior. Kick by Walsh. And it is good. Mallory Walsh. Walsh, who last year was an all-conference first-team selection for Prescott. And that'll be a 14-0 lead now for Prescott with 7:06 to go here in the third stanza. Rihanna Aguilar with a touchdown throw to Aubrey Kitahata. And again, remember, Rihanna Aguilar, she actually did suffer a broken hand, but you wouldn't know it from the way she's throwing that ball tonight, Kelly.
Oh, that was a really good pass to Kitahata on that touchdown play.
11 touchdown passes on the season now for Aguilar. Low snap. There's the throw by Murphy, and it goes right through the hands of number 18, Peyton Gibson.
Incomplete. Pretty well covered over there by, let's see, I'm trying to catch the Badger, number 3. Ellie Richards was covering the Lee Williams receiver very well.
Now two backs, or backs to either side of Murphy. And she gives the ball, looks like, to Divis. Divis avoids one tackle, avoids another, avoids a third, and finally gets stopped. And let's see, I believe that might be Lucy Zembeck who made the tackle there for Prescott.
You are right. But she did for Lee Williams. Lee Williams just picked up a first down. Ball sitting right at the 20-yard line, so it's going to bring up 1st and 20.
That's some good speed there by Ellie Divis.
Yes. Probably they should give the ball to her a little bit more.
Wonder if she's also on the track and field team here at
I
Lee
have
Williams.
a feeling she is.
Hopefully, with speed like that. So here we go again. Backs to either side of Murphy. Another back behind her. And actually, Murphy is the one who still has the ball, and she really confused Prescott. Now there's the throw. There's almost a catch. Well, I'll tell you what, Murphy did a good job confusing the Badgers because pretty much the entire defense was going down the field. Murphy still had the ball, but there was one Badger going toward her. She threw the ball, but the intended receiver dropped it.
Ellie Davis for the Volunteers was the intended receiver. Incomplete pass, 2nd down and 20. Ball at the Volunteers' 20-yard line.
Well, Lee Williams did a good job fooling the Badger defense, but it didn't pay off as it was an incomplete pass, and now Murphy all by herself there in the QB position. Fakes the give, almost slips, but still gets the throw off, and it's caught by Bailey Crook. And Crook finally stopped by number 80, Olivia Raber.
Did pick up some yardage. The ball is sitting right at the 25-yard line, so it is going to bring up 3rd and 15.
4:20 left to go in the third quarter. Two receivers to either side now for the Volunteers. Murphy gets the snap. She drops back under pressure and hurls that one. And it's caught! Crook with the catch at midfield.
Wow. That ball was in the air a long time. Number 7 for the Badgers was able to pull the receiver's flag.
Buelna. I'll tell you, yeah, I mean, that was just a big-time lob up in the air. Great catch there by Crook, and a good job by Buelna being able to get there and make the stop, and now it's going to be 1st down for Lee Williams. They got the ball at about the 48-yard line, still in Volunteer territory. Murphy throws that one, and another great catch there by Crook, a leaping catch, and the stop made by Olivia Raber.
They're going to mark the ball at the Badger 41-yard line. It's going to be second down and just 1 yard to go for a first down.
Now, I'll tell you, a couple of great connections there between Murphy and Crook. 14-0 the score. Prescott on top. But Lee Williams got a little something going here.
Yeah, the Volunteers are threatening here, I think.
Murphy again by herself in the gun. Two receivers to either side now for the Vols. Murphy, quick throw, and it's caught and then dropped, and that was number 7 for Lee Williams, Wagner. On target, but Wagner just couldn't get a good hold of the ball.
So it's going to bring up third down and 1 for the Volunteers. They just need to pick up 1 yard to get to the line of gain, which is the Badger 40-yard line.
And looks like number 20 for Lee Williams, Bailey Crook, tying her shoes there. She's done. Ready for action. Divis standing next to Murphy, who's getting the signals there from Lee Williams' head coach. And there's the handoff to Divis. She gets a couple of good blocks there. Now she rolls to the near side and finally gets the flag yanked out. And it looks like that was number 21 for Prescott, Addie Brandon, with the stop there.
But the Volunteers did pick up 2 yards on that play, actually about 3. And it is going to be first down. The ball sitting at the Badger 38-yard line where it'll be first and 18.
So, man, oh, man. Good drive here for Lee Williams. Murphy rolls to the far side. There's the throw. And it looked like she got the throw off just before Brandon pulled her flag, but that throw down the middle was incomplete as we come down to the final minute of the third quarter.
Yeah, Addie Brandon really put a lot of pressure on Murphy, the Volunteer quarterback that time, so it's going to bring up second down again. Second down and 18. Clock moving with just 44 seconds left to go in the quarter.
Murphy goes to the far side. There's the throw, and there's the catch by Divis, and Divis actually run out of bounds. Well, she didn't have any room for forward progress there.
Actually lost some yards. It's going to bring up third down and about 21.
Yeah, great pressure brought there on Divis by the Badger D.
Going to actually be third down and 22 because the ball is at the Badger 42-yard line, and the line of gain is the 20.
So 17 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Lee Williams trying to get on the board here. And again, Lee Williams, they've been struggling a little bit here in the later part of the season. Lady Vols, in fact, they've lost 4 out of their last 5 games. And as my partner Kelly Cordes mentioned earlier, in their previous game last Thursday against Mingus, they got shut out in that one 17-0.
And the other games were very close in the region. Very close.
And how about Mingus, number 3 in the PowerPoint rankings?
Yeah.
Who knows, Kelly? It's possible we might have a Yavapai County meet-up in the state playoffs between Prescott and Mingus.
Yeah, and that game should be played in Yavapai County, not at Corona del Sol.
I'll let the AIA know you said that, Kelly. So Murphy by herself. Receivers deployed on the far side for the Volunteers. Murphy under pressure, avoids the sack. Now she's going to run the ball herself. There's the throw, and that falls far short of the intended receiver, Wagner.
There's our first penalty flag, and the reason is because the quarterback threw the ball after she passed the line of scrimmage.
Oopsie-doopsie. Well, as the student section at Prescott would say, you can't do that. Well, hey, you know, Kelly, we're here. The 5 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and our first penalty of the night.
First penalty.
You know what? I'll take that.
My question is, do the Badgers have the opportunity to decline the penalty? Because it was an incomplete pass, but maybe they don't have that ability in flag football to decline it. There's a 5-yard penalty assessed, so the ball is back at the 43-yard line. Oh, it's a loss of down. Loss of down on the play, so it is 4th down, and the Volunteers have already indicated they're going to punt the ball.
And again, the final 5 seconds here in the third quarter. It'll be Ellie Divis to punt it, and Divis puts that one sky high.
She's a good punter.
Yeah, here comes the return. Looks like that's Brinkley Larson, and she gets her flag yanked by Wagner as the clock hits 0. So we're heading to quarter number 4 here in Kingman with the Badgers up 14-0. Let's take a 30-second break, and we'll be back with more of Prescott Flag football right after this.
It's Badger time, folks. This is Steve Blair, Prescott High School alumni. I'm passionate about Badger football and the love of this great community. I'm also passionate about my business, Blind Brothers of Arizona, the Originals. I truly love making homes more beautiful with the best shutters, shades, and blinds. We come to you with samples and do all the measuring and installation ourselves. We've been around for 40 years, and your satisfaction is always guaranteed. So call us today for a free estimate, 776-1845. Blind Brothers Arizona, the Originals with Arizona in our name. Go Badgers!
You are listening to Prescott Flag football here on the team, 1450 AM, KNOT Prescott, where it's 7 o'clock, and our score is 14-0 Badgers on top as we get set for the fourth quarter of action from Kingman.
John, I think the Badgers are going to start at about their own 17, 18-yard line. It looks like right at the 17-yard line, where it's going to be 1st down and 3, because all they have to do is get to the 20-yard line to get to the line of gain.
Backs all around Aguilar. And there it goes. I think that was Kitahata who carried the ball. And Aubrey Kitahata, well, she definitely got the 1st down and then some.
Yeah, the ball's going to get all the way placed right at the 25-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 15 for the Badgers.
Again, Badgers up 14-0. It's their regular season finale. Lee Williams with 2 more games left to go this week. And then next Wednesday, the 4A Conference state playoffs begin. Backs to either side of Aguilar. She drops back under a little pressure. There's the throw. And that winds up falling just shy of Kitahata, who has a touchdown catch tonight.
And Rihanna Aguilar was being pressured by number 1, Ellie Davis of the Volunteers. One of the reasons that pass was not completed. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 15 for the Badgers. Ball right on their own 25-yard line.
2 receivers to either side for Prescott, now moving right to left across your radio dial or your screen as Aguilar going out to the near side. She makes the turn, and she gets her flag grabbed by number 10, Chloe Hollingsworth.
We'll see how many yards. She did pick up some yards. Oh, looks like she only picked up 1. Yep. Ball sitting at the Badger own 26-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd and 14.
And, of course, remember, Badgers got to get to the 40-yard line if they want a 1st down. 10 minutes to go in regulation. 14-zip Badgers on top. 2 receivers to either side. Aguilar rolling to the far side. Flings it downfield. And it lands just shy of, looks like that was Aubrey Kitahata it was intended for.
I think if Kitahata had caught the ball, she'd have been out of bounds. That ball was thrown just slightly out of bounds. So it's going to bring up 4th down for the Badgers, and they're obviously, with the ball being in their own territory, they're going to punt the ball.
And that'll be Rihanna Aguilar doing the duty there. Aguilar. Well, we'll also see her on the pitch this winter for Prescott girls soccer. Skies that one. And, well, almost caught there by number 7, Wagner.
And Wagner did touch the ball, and once she touched the ball dropped to the turf, and immediately the ball is whistled dead. But the Volunteers will get pretty good field position. The ball's going to be placed, I believe, at about the 43-yard line of Lee Williams. So it's going to bring up first down and about 17.
Lee Williams has put together a couple of decent drives, just haven't been able to punch through the Badger defense and get to the promised land. Katrina Murphy, the quarterback, she'll have Divis standing next to her as Lee Williams moving left to right across your radio dial or screen. Murphy stepping back, under pressure, there's the throw, and a nice low catch made there by number 7, Wagner, and Wagner takes off, gets up near the 45-yard line before she gets stopped by Brinkley Larson.
A 13-yard gain. The ball is in Badger territory. They're going to put the ball down right at the 45-yard line, where it's going to be should be second down. Should be 2nd and 5.
I'll tell you what, good pressure brought on the quarterback Murphy by Daria Young. However, Murphy didn't succumb to the pressure and got off a good pass there. Now the throw down the middle, and there's the catch. And the flag pull, it was Crook who got the catch. And making the stop
was Brinkley Larson. Brinkley Larson made the stop, but not before the Volunteers advanced the ball down to the 33-yard line of the Badgers, where it's going to be first down and 13.
So the Volunteers doing a good job moving the ball here on this drive. 7:19 to go in the fourth quarter, 14-0. Badgers on top. Lee Williams trying to close the gap. And there's the give to Wagner. She avoids one tackle, avoids a second one, and finally gets stopped. And it looks like that's Olivia Raber picking up the tackle there on the far side. Comes up about 6-7 yards short of a first down.
DeKayla Wagner is pretty quick, isn't she, John? Quick running back. Ball right at about the 23-yard line, where it's going to be second down and only about 7 yards to go for a first down.
Couple of really speedy girls on this Lee Williams team.
It's on the 27-yard line.
And there's the give to Divis. Divis finds a nice gap up the middle, spins off a tackle, and finally gets stopped there. And looks like that was Addie Brandon pulling the flag there. And again, coming up shy of a first down.
Picked up about 3 or 4 yards, the ball being put down right at about the 23-yard line, where it's going to be third down and 3.
6:10 remaining in the fourth quarter. Badgers up by 2 touchdowns. Murphy looks like she's going to be all by her lonesome there at the QB position. She's got 2 receivers to either side. Crook in motion. Murphy goes to the near side, pumps once. Now she's going to run it herself on the far side, avoids one flag pull, and then finally with the stop is Prescott. That's Raber. But I think Murphy might have picked up the first down. We'll see where they spot the ball.
She did. They're going to mark the ball down at about the 18-yard line, where it's going to be first and goal. There's some kind of a discussion going on with the officials right now. I never saw a flag thrown.
Neither did I.
So we'll see. There was a penalty.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Yeah, there was a flag on the near side. The thing was that we got screened out of it by the Prescott bench. So, yeah, there was a flag on the far side, Coach.
I have a feeling it was a motion penalty. Mm-hmm. So it's going to bring the ball back to the 30-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd and 10.
And the clock's still running, 4:40 to go in regulation.
That's only the second penalty tonight.
Mm-hmm. Murphy by herself. She steps back under pressure, throws down the middle. There's the catch. And the flag pulled on Crook. Looks like it was Lucy Zembeck. Good catch there by Crook.
It's going to be 4th down. Ball sitting at the 21. And because they've already had this drive past the 20-yard line, it's still, I think it's 4th and goal, John. Timeout by Lee Williams, I believe.
Yep. While we have this timeout, folks, I want to remind you that tonight's game sponsored in part by Olson's for Healthy Animals, where good enough just isn't, with locations in Prescott, Chino, Dewey, Flagstaff, and the Verde Valley. Also, tonight's game brought to you in part by the Prescott Unified School District, the Badgers' biggest fans. Every child, every day. Visit PrescottSchools.com. And remember to stick with us here on the Team 1450 AM KNOT, as we will be following the Prescott Flag football team through the 4A Conference state playoffs, which begin next Wednesday. Also, best of luck to the Prescott volleyball team, as they will host Walden Grove tomorrow in the state play-in round. A lot of postseason action going on this week. Cross-country team in the section meet Thursday. The Prescott swim team at state on Saturday.
Lee Williams going for it here on 4th down. They really don't have any choice but to go for it.
Back behind Murphy. Looks like that's Divis. Murphy getting the offense set. There's the snap. Murphy under pressure, and there's the sack! A huge sack! And is that who I think it is? Yes! It's Daria.
Daria Young.
That's cool.
And the Lee Williams Volunteers turn it over on downs.
A huge sack in the 4th quarter for Daria Young.
Badgers will have it at their own 30-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 with 4:14 left to go in the ball game.
Man, oh man, Kelly. I mean, Lee Williams, they were 1 yard away from continuing this drive, and a penalty, and now a huge sack by Daria Young.
Well, in this half, the Badgers have a bend but don't break defense.
Exactly. And you know what they say, Kelly, defense wins championships, and the way the Badgers are looking here on defense tonight, this could bode them well as they get into the state playoffs next week.
Amen to that. They'll have some time off between now and their first state playoff game.
Yeah. Good time to rest, good time to practice. And, of course, the Badgers #1 in the state PowerPoint rankings. And false start against Prescott.
Had a couple gals go across the line of scrimmage before the ball was hiked. That's only the 3rd penalty tonight.
I haven't even thrown one pencil tonight. And neither have I groaned.
So it's going to bring up about 1st and 20.
Clock running, 3.5 minutes left to go in regulation. Aguilar gets the snap. Looking. Now she's going to run, and she's got some room to run. Avoids one tackle, avoids another. The blue blazer out to the near side. She takes off at the 50. Now she's at the 30, at the 20. A dive to get the flag, another dive. Forget about it. The blue blazer, Rihanna Aguilar, with a huge touchdown run.
We're going to call that an 80-yard run. She went back to pass, couldn't find anybody open, and she just took off running, broke to her left, went right down the sideline in front of the Badger bench for an 80-yard touchdown run, putting the Badgers up 20-0 with the extra point pending.
And how about those 2 desperate dives by the Lee Williams defenders trying to get the flag, and they just couldn't get a finger on it.
And once she got out in the open behind them, she was gone.
And now comes the extra point attempt by Mallory Walsh, who we'll also see on the pitch in another month or so, as she's the keeper for the Prescott girls soccer team. Kick by Walsh is up, and the kick by Walsh goes right through the uprights. And this might be the icing on the cake for Prescott here, 21-0 with less than 3 minutes to go in regulation. Aguilar with her 2nd touchdown of the night. She had 1 passing and now an 80-yard rushing touchdown.
Yeah. She's quick. She is definitely a big-time asset. A senior.
Yes. And someone who we should be seeing next year play soccer up at Colorado State Pueblo.
We've had other athletes from Prescott High School go to that school in Pueblo, Colorado.
As in Paige Ram, one of the top basketball players to ever come out of Prescott High School. Throw by Murphy. It's caught by Divis. Divis, well, avoids one tackle, avoids another one, and doesn't avoid the third one as she gets her flag pulled on the near side.
She did pick up a first down. Ball's going to be spotted at about the 21-yard line of Lee Williams, where it's going to bring up 1st and 19.
13 rushing touchdowns this season for Aguilar.
2:20 with the clock running left in the game.
And that window of opportunity for Lee Williams has really shrank and probably has all but disappeared now. Murphy, throw down the middle. It is caught by Crook, and Crook is stopped by Prescott, and looks like that is number 20, I think, for
That's
Prescott.
right.
That is Kaylin Pinarelli, a freshman.
Picked up some yards on that play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 19. Ball sitting right at the 21-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in regulation. Murphy throws down the middle, short pass, and it's caught by number 33, Lexi Harper. And as soon as she caught that ball, she got stopped.
Only picked up another couple yards. The ball sitting at the about the 23-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd down and 17.
And we're coming down the final 90 seconds to go. And Prescott will end the regular season undefeated in their PowerPoint games. A huge toss down the far side, and it's picked off by Prescott. The Badgers with the interception. And I'm trying to see who that number is. She's in a big crowd there. And it looks like it's number 3, Ellie Richards.
Ellie Richards with the interception. Murphy, the quarterback for the Volunteers, really threw that ball up for grabs. And there were 3 Badgers around the would-be Volunteer receiver, but Ellie Richards was the gal that came up with the ball, and the Badgers have it.
And Kelly, do you think now is the time when we can break out the Dandy Don Meredith song?
The Dandy Don Meredith song. For those of you listening who remember Dandy Don Meredith on Monday Night Football, he would say, "Turn out the lights, the party's over."
Well, maybe not turn out the lights, because then that'd leave us all in darkness, and then we'd all be stumbling to the parking lot and probably fall down.
Well, obviously, Dandy Don didn't realize that.
But appropriate enough, because it is Monday night. This is Monday night, well, flag football.
Yeah. But we have a timeout on the field. I think the Badgers took a timeout, and they're going to start with the ball at their own 41-yard line. Yeah, actually, the Volunteer quarterback, Murphy, has actually a decent arm.
Mm-hmm.
She threw that ball about 25 yards down the field.
Yeah, again, I mean, I'll tell you, looking at some of these athletes here, Kelly, our first time looking at Lee Williams, but, they've got an impressive bunch of athletes on this team.
Yeah.
And, it's a little surprising that they've been in this kind of second-half slump from some of the talent we've been seeing out there on the field.
Because they do have a few gals that look like they're pretty fast.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty quick.
No, and Murphy, I think, has done a pretty darn good job at quarterback. Like you said, she's thrown some really good bombs tonight. Just that last one wound up in the hands of someone wearing a white jersey instead of a red jersey.
Well, that last pass she threw, it almost made it rain. It was thrown so high.
Guys on the International Space Station looking out the window going, what the heck was that? Oh, not another UFO. Yeah. This will wind up on Unexplained Mysteries again. Lovely.
Let's see what the Badgers do with 1:17 left to go. They have it 1st and 19 at their own 41.
And they'll be taking a knee, and that's Riley Hart now in at quarterback.
They're just going to let because the Lee Williams Volunteers, they only have one timeout left. They've already taken two this half. And the Badgers are just taking a knee, and they're going to let the clock run out.
Yep, and again, as I say, it's all over but the shouting. Just 50 seconds left to go in regulation as the Badgers will depart Kingman as the winners here. And another knee by the freshman QB, Riley Hart. And Hart, I'll tell you what, Hart did a very, very good job filling in at QB for a few games when Rihanna Aguilar was nursing her broken hand.
So it's third down for the Badgers. The Badgers have it at their own 35. They're going to take a knee. This will be the last time they'll have to take a knee. And that'll do it.
Yep. Now just a few seconds left to burn off the clock. And we will be done here in Kingman with the Badgers defeating the Volunteers 21-0. And the Badgers will end the regular season undefeated in their PowerPoint games.
And for the second year in a row, they are the Grand Canyon Region champions.
Yes. All right, folks. Well, we will take a break here, and 30-second break, I imagine. And when we come back, we'll wrap things up here from Lee Williams High School. So we'll be back right after this. All right, we're back here at Lee Williams High School. John Rust and Kelly Cordes with you. Our score here is 21-0. Prescott Badgers with the victory. By the way, folks, before we close out here in the second quarter, the Cardinals with a 10-7 lead over Dallas. So a victory here by the Badgers. And remember, we're going to be carrying Prescott Flag football as they make their way through the state playoffs. That starts next Wednesday, and it will be a home game for the Badgers. And we'll have that for you right here on the team, 1450 AM KNOT. So that's going to do it for our game here tonight. Again, the final score, Prescott 21, Lee Williams 0. For Scott Harker back in the KNOT studios, for Sue and Jason Zinzaletta, for my partner Kelly Cordes, I'm John Rust saying have yourselves a good night.